that for bloopers. All right, come on.
All right, y'all. This is my man, Tedashii, representing Reach Records. What's up, baby?
What's happening, man?
All right, man. We glad to have you.
Glad to be here, for real.
But check this out, man. We're going to chop it up with you just a minute. We want to know what's going on with Tedashii, what's going on with Reach Records. And so far, man, how has your visit been here to Lafayette, Louisiana?
Man, everything's been good. God's been really good right now, man, in my life. Blessed me with a son. Got an 8-month-old son. Been married almost 4 years, and so me and wifey are really in a good spot right now. Solid church home, great community. Just loving what God is doing right now, man. And so right now, really praying for some younger dudes that'll step up that can be in a role of discipleship, so to speak. A couple guys right now I'm looking to try to train up. So it's been awesome. God's been providing that type of stuff. Then beyond that, you know, with Reach, myself right now, I'm just working on the mixtape scene. Like I'm trying to get the mixtape stuff done. But besides that, my man Creasy is working on his project. He got another project about to drop soon. Trip Lee just dropped his album, Between Two Worlds. My man Shobaraka dropped Lions and Liars, and so a lot of stuff popping off of Reach right now. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that cats will probably enjoy a lot, man. So it's been really good. And man, honestly, Lafayette has been beautiful. I mean, I'm from Texas, so I know the heat is already gonna be here. It's hot already. You know what I'm saying? It's 6 o'clock at night and it's still 99 degrees. You know, that's deep. So the heat is one thing, but the hospitality, the love that we felt when we landed, man, beautiful, perfect. You know, there was this particular restaurant we got to go to. I'm not gonna shout it out. I may not have to.
No need to.
I may not have to give promo. It was not offensive at all, but humorous to say the least. But nevertheless, man, it's been dope being here. I'm excited about tonight. Got to meet some of the brothers that's gonna be rocking. Excited, man. I love coming to a place where people are so passionate to reach their area. I love it, man. And then a lot of young cats doing it too. A lot of young people around who are serving the Lord alongside the older. And so I love seeing that. I love seeing it. The one thing that I have growing up in the faith that I wish would have been there was an older man, an elder, to pour into me. And so it wasn't until I got further along in the faith that I could find that. So it's beautiful when I see at an early stage in life young men having older men to help train them up, man. So Lafayette, you holding it down. So I love
standing on the battlefield, feet burned to the ground like I stepped on Chapel Hill. Flesh feeling brisket, sin persuasive consent. Satan checks me on guilt, followed by conviction. It's the same old trap. And we fall like we defensive. Innocence is growing wisdom. Determined to release. Cause sin never sleeps. It's got me in a trance. You can see it in my dreams. Man, I beat my to the heavy like I sun up, sun down.
You got a wife and family. Let me ask you this: how do you juggle, you know, ministry with, you know, because being a dad, being a parent, being a husband, that's a full-time job. So how is it, man, that, you know, how do you juggle it between your ministry, the music, and being a family?
Honestly, man, something will lose at some point in time. My wife is very, very, very sacrificial. She's a servant. She loves the Lord and therefore loves me. And so she's very much so willing to kind of put stuff on hold so I can do what needs to be done in a ministry role. But like Paul said, you know, marriage brings about less time that you have focusing on ministry, and so that's just the case. I mean, it's just what it is. So I try to do the best that I can in the situation I have when it comes to ministry. But first and foremost, I don't think anybody want to hear from me if I was a horrible father or a horrible husband, not able to really fulfill the duties which Paul says is worthy of either removing you from ministry or improving you in ministry. So if I can't handle my household, then I got issues. So that's my first priority, man, and that's what I love. I love my wife. I love my son. We're looking to, Lord willing, have another one in the future. So, you know, I mean, it's home life, family life. That's what I'm all about. And my overflow and my love for the Lord fleshes out what I do musically and ministerially on the road. But I know real quick where I come from. Like, I can stand on a stage, I can have a light on me, a spotlight on me, I can have cats who know the songs that I wrote, but that at the end of the day can never compare to what I'm able to do at home on the home front. So, and when this is all said and done, I'm gonna still be a husband, I'm gonna still be a father, so I can't ignore that for the sake of some temporal, thing. Ministry will happen, I do the work in evangelist always, so ministry will happen through my family, but this will be seasonal.
So now we got Tedashii the husband, we have Tedashii the MC. Now the MCing part, you are part of one of the most prominent record labels, in the Christian music industry, right? Well, Christian hip hop industry. What is the factor that you feel that propelled you guys to be in that position?
Factor grace. No lie, no lie. I don't like cats be asking us questions and then we give them an answer that sounds spiritual and it sounds like I'm trying to avoid the question or elude something. At the end of the day, honestly, it was just the Lord's grace, man. I was a football player. Like I graduated high school playing ball. By the
what position?
Linebacker. And so
I was tackle.
Yeah. So by the skin of my teeth, I get into college and I walk onto the football team, and then they add weight on me, and then I go to DN. I end up getting hurt and leaving college, going back home. But while in school, God got me into college not to go and be the smartest, not to go and be the most athletic, not to be the most popular, not to party, but he got me in so I can meet Jesus, because it was on campus that a dude shared the gospel with me. I had never heard the gospel before. And so for me, football was everything, and then God rearranged everything in my life, brought me to Christ, and then on top of that, put this thing called hip hop in my lap that I was always a fan of, always involved with somehow, but never was the forefront or the focus. And then the Lord kind of shifted that thing. And so this wasn't something I was just trying to chase, nor Lecrae, nor Show, nor any of us. It wasn't like a thing I was trying to chase and do as a hustle that got big. This was what I was doing just for fun. This is what I was doing to kind of reach young kids that was living in my area. And the Lord just kind of started blessing it by His grace. And then from there, we started learning certain things like, okay, Lord, for your name's sake, let's work in excellence. People just happen to appreciate excellence. I do it because God is glorified by excellence, but people seem to appreciate excellence. So it kind of just worked hand in hand. On top of that, I wanted to make sure that nothing but Jesus came through my lyrics. I feel like ministry, I feel like my love for the Lord and all that I do in it is an overflow of my passion that I have for the Savior. So everything, I talk about Him non-stop because that's who I am. That's just how I'm wired because of what He's done in my life. So, you know what I'm saying? If I find the hot spot where I can get the tightest shoes at the lowest price, and somebody asks me about them, it's on. Sometimes you ain't even gotta ask me. If I know where the sale is, I'm just blabbing it out because I'm like, you heard about such and such? They got a sale going on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like God's grace really did do the work that we couldn't have done in and of ourselves, and He was just gracious towards us. But within the grace, we found certain things to be true. People appreciate excellence, and that's, Lord willing, what we continue to try to do. And on top of that, we try to make sure that Christ is the forefront of all of that. And I feel like at the end of the day, whether they realize it or not, they need Christ, they're hungry and thirsting for Christ, and then you give it to them and it's like, I didn't even know I was hungry, man, but thank you, I needed that. I feel better, I needed that. And even furthermore, I say excellence, hopefully that doesn't come across arrogant, like everything we've ever done is excellent. But that's the goal. So at the end of the day, whether it's excellent or not, that's the goal and the standard I'm shooting for Christ's glory and namesake, and that in and of itself does the work.
Say it! Some I know he has a rapper, some I know he has a southern. Others has a black man, plus I got a never since I heard it, got a missing title. I got a new identity, my shit wasn't understood. Undercover, from the sea, from the truth. We stand undercover, other niggas
how's the album? How long has that been out now?
Identity Crisis is about a year now.
Okay, and reviews and everything is going pretty good.
Reviews have been good. Those, I mean, even the ones that may not agree with everything still are good. I mean, they definitely sharpen and challenge. So, you know, I appreciate Cat's honesty and everything else, man. It's all good. But people are enjoying it.
Okay, so let me ask you this here. Now, we've heard the Identity Crisis, and then Hollywood kind of showed just about, you know, how old you are, you know, with all the movies that you was going back from like early 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this here, man. So what's next for Tedashii? Is there some new projects we need to be looking out for, and new tours, or are we just kind of settling down with the family now and taking, you know, what's going on now?
Honestly, there is a tour popping off. Tour is called the Unashamed Tour. Reach Records will be doing that this fall. Not to mention, I am in the beginning phase of another album. Prayerfully, by the Lord's grace, it'll actually happen and come about. But I'm not trying to force anything. I'm patient. I'm trying to be wise with time, stewardship with my life and family and everything else. So honestly, one day, you know.
Guys, check this out, man. This is your boy Phil, man. I've been chopping it up with Tedashii, and we want to thank you so much for tuning in to Revive Soul TV.